Okay. So guys, just give me a second. I'll open the notes. Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning. So yesterday I have covered some portion of methods concept for you. So I'm going to continue that. So guys, as part of Java, I covered a few sessions already. That is getting started with Java, like how to, what is Java, how to download and install Java, Eclipse IDE editor and all, sample program. And after that, we went for understanding the Java programs, compiler errors, print statements, comments, variables, data types, operators, and literals. This part I covered, right? Then after that, the flow control statements was the third session I covered. That is selection statements, iterative statements, transfer statements. This is also completed. After this, we are into this fourth part of Java. That is where I'm covering methods. Object-oriented concepts are now started. Okay, object-oriented concepts are started. Yesterday, I covered a bit of methods for you. So we are going to continue from there. Let me open these notes. So yesterday, I covered this part. So apart from main method, how can we create multiple methods I covered? And I told you, right, all the methods will be there inside the class. Variables and methods will be there inside the class. Well, variables will store data, whereas methods will store the programming logic. And I showed you how to call the other methods using main method. Then how to make the non-main methods also call other methods. How can a method call other method multiple times? Same method can be called multiple times. Till here I covered, right? Now let's move on to the next portion of this methods concept. So these methods, and under the methods, this section I'm going. So for that, I'll open the Eclipse IDE. Let the Eclipse IDE launch. So there are few people who have joined today, I guess, to this batch. The new guys, can you ping, let's say hi or something in the chat box? Yeah, Rajita. Hi, Rajita. Rajesh. Hi, Rajesh. Hi, Rajkumar. Hi, Ashwak. Yeah. Yes. These are the four people who have joined newly to the batch. Uh, so yeah, Mahesh, you are also new. Okay.
Yeah, yesterday I joined.
Yesterday. Yeah, Mahesh. Okay, got it. So there are four to five people who have joined today. So for you guys, we already have completed like three parts. This is the fourth part of Java we are going. So what you guys have to do is for you actually, okay. What you guys have to do is already I have shared the recordings, right? So you guys have to go through that three recordings of the previous sessions. Okay, that's the thing you have to do. Okay, fine. So then you will be in track. So that's the only thing. That will stop you guys. Otherwise, there is no problem. The previous sessions, like you have to go through. Fine. So beginning from the beginning of the Java till here, you have to go through. Just make sure. I gave access yesterday. Just try it again. If if you don't have access, you just let Javed know. Javed will let me know, and I will provide the access for sure. Okay, Rajesh. If you don't have access, I'll provide the access. No issues. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, okay, Rajkumar. You went through one session, but just go through few sessions because they will be repeated again for you. But at least if you cover the last few sessions, right, you'll be in track. Okay. Those are the basic ones, basics of Java I covered. Okay. So now we are moving to the object-oriented concepts of Java. Fine. Great. Fine, guys. So let's continue. Start. Give me a second. Yeah. So this was the code we have gone through yesterday. That is methods demo. Now the next one is demonstrate single, multiple parameterized methods and passing arguments to those methods. Okay. I'm going to cover this. Fine. I'll just create a new class for that. Just right click here and create a new class. I'm just giving some random name, parameterized methods demo kind of. I'll auto generate this main method or I can write also. So inside this class, I'll just type main here and say control space. The main method will be auto generated. Okay. And inside this main method, so this is a class inside the main method. I'll not do anything. I'll just create some other method. Okay. Apart from the main method, I'm going to create one more method. Public. Same way. The way I created main method, right? I'm going to create the other method that is public, static, void. I'll say welcome user. Okay. I'm just giving some random name. Welcome user kind of name I'm giving. So when you are giving the names for the methods, make sure that you are giving in lower camel case. Okay. Lower camel case. That means if there are multiple words in the method name, then the first words, first letter should be in lower case, and from second word onwards, the first letter should be in uppercase. Okay. No matter how many words are there, the first words, first letter should be in lowercase. From second word onwards, the first letter of every word should be in uppercase. Okay. So like this welcome user I created, and here earlier this method doesn't intake any data, guys. Okay. This is a normal method. Okay. Which will not intake any data. But this time inside the circular brackets, I'm going to provide a parameter string name. Okay. Here I'm writing what? Inside the circular brackets, what I am writing? String name I am writing. Okay. So now here I'll simply say system.out.println. Okay. Welcome. Whatever the name that will be passed to this particular method while calling this method, that name will welcome. Welcome plus name. Here place is acting as a addition or concatenation operator, guys. Tell me. Here place is acting like a addition or concatenation. Type your answer in the chat box. Concatenation. Okay, it's acting like a concatenation operator, not addition, because string plus string, concatenation, not addition. Okay, two strings are getting concatenated. Fine, good, great that you remember. Now I'm going to call this method. Okay, I'm going to call this method. How to call this method? I'll simply say welcome user, and here I'm calling this method. Earlier when I was calling this method, no error was coming, but this time why the error is coming? This is a method calling statement only, right? So this is the method and this is a method calling statement. Earlier when I have written this method calling statement, the method was called properly, but now I am getting an error. What do you think may be the reason for the error? Yeah, here parameter is there. To this particular parameter, we have to pass some data, right? We have to pass the data. While calling this method, earlier the methods were without any parameters, so I would have called like this. With zero parameters, I would have called like this. It used to work. But now this particular method is a parameterized method having a single parameter. For every parameter, I have to pass the data while calling the method. So here, I'll just give my name, Arun Motori. Okay. Now the error is gone because I am passing one data to this particular parameter while calling the method. This is a method calling statement and I'm passing the data to this particular method. So this particular data that I am passing to this particular parameter of the method while calling the method is called as what? Argument. What is this? Argument. Whereas this one, string name, whatever the thing that I highlighted here as part of the method is called as a parameter. It's a parameter and it's an argument. I'm passing an argument to this particular parameter. Okay. Data that you are passing to this particular method while calling it is called an argument. Okay. In the method calling statement, whatever the data that you are passing to this particular method while calling is called as argument. Whereas the one that is receiving the data in this particular method is called as a parameter. Okay. Let me run this code and see what is the output. Welcome Arun Motori should be printed in the output console. So what happened here? Execution started from the main method. As we already know, execution will start from the main method. And while the execution started from the main method, welcome user method has been called. Welcome user method has been called. And here, Arun Motori argument data has been passed to this parameter. Okay. Into this particular name, Arun Motori has been assigned. Okay. And that particular, since welcome user has been called, the control will come here. Arun Motori will be passed here. And this code will get executed inside this method. System.out.println welcome plus Arun Motori. Okay. This name means nothing but Arun Motori. Right? Welcome Arun Motori get printed. I can call this method any number of times. As I already told you in the previous session. Okay, we can call a single method any number of times. This time, I'll just give a different name. Okay, I'll just give a different name. Varun Dawat. Okay, so here Varun Dawat is the argument. Okay, and here everyone type, guys. What is this Varun Dawat that I am passing from this method calling statement? It's called as what? Everyone type in the chat box so that you guys will remember. Argument. It's an argument. Okay, everyone type argument in the chat box, guys. It's an argument. Okay. The data that I'm passing to the method calling from the method calling statement to the method is called as an argument. Okay, great. So now if I run this code, the same method will be called twice. And the first time when it calls, it will print welcome Arun Motori. In the second time when it calls, it will print welcome Varun Dawat. Like that, you can call this method any number of times with a single argument. Okay, that's great. So this is good. I'll just do one thing. I'll just comment out this part. Okay. Again, I'll create one more main method. Only one main method you can create. This is commented out, so I can create. Okay. Okay, can you please show the flow of the program using? I'll explain that. Okay, no need of any breakpoint and all. I'll explain that. Okay, so just see this example, you'll understand more. Okay, I'm going to take another example where I cover that, Mahesh. Is that fine, Mahesh? Okay, fine. So here is the main method. Okay, and the next topic that I'm going to cover here is instead of a single parameterized method, I'm going to create multiple parameterized methods. Okay, multiple parameters. A method having multiple parameters. Okay, so here main method is there, and I'm going to create some other methods, that is public, static, void, add numbers. Okay, this is one method, and similarly I'll create one more method, public, static, void. Otherwise I'll simply say addition of numbers. Okay, here I'll simply say subtraction of numbers. Now here I'll say public, static, void, multiplication of numbers. And here I'll write public, static, void, division of numbers. Like this, some four methods I created, guys. Okay, four methods. And here, this particular method would like to receive two sets of data, int a comma int b. Okay, and here I'll say int sum is equal to a plus b. This logic I am writing inside the method. What does the method include? Logic, guys. Okay, method will include logic. Now simply I'll say system.out.println sum. This will print the sum of the numbers. Okay, whereas this subtraction of the numbers also will have two parameters. Let's say int a comma int b. Okay, you can give different variable names also. It's same also is fine because it's a different method. Int result is equal to a minus b. Okay, system.out.println result. Then here also I can say result is equal to. Okay, I can print if I want. Okay, I can give it same name also. No, here subtraction, right? So a minus b. Logic is a minus b. And here multiplication. Int. Here, first of all, I will say int two parameters I'll create. I can create any number of parameters, but I'm taking two parameters here. Int result is equal to a multiplied by b. System.out.println result. Now here division also same thing. Int a comma int b. Int result is equal to a divided by b. System.out.println result. Now I created four methods. And from the main method, I'm going to call all this one by one method. First method I would like to call is addition of numbers. Addition of numbers. So I'll give 5, 4. So if I don't give any arguments, I'll get error, right? While calling this method, okay, if I don't give arguments, what's happening? I'm getting error. So if I give only one argument, if I'm getting only one argument, is error gone? Is error gone in the method calling statement? No. What is the reason? What is the reason, guys? Here there are two parameters, but how many arguments I am passing? How many arguments I am passing? Only one. How many arguments I have to pass? How many arguments I have to pass? Yes, you guys are right. Two arguments I have to pass. That's the reason error is coming. So 5, 4. 5 will go into A, 4 will go into B. Okay, I have to pass two arguments, not one argument. Okay, 5, 4. Then error is gone. Fine. Similarly, I'll call this method subtraction of numbers method. I'll call. Here also, this particular method also is intaking two arguments because there are two parameters here. So here I'll write down 8, 3. I'm passing 8 to A and 3 will go into B. Okay, fine. Then here multiplication is there. So here multiplication of numbers. Here also multiplication method also has two parameters. So I'll pass something like 3, 6. Okay. Then division of numbers. Division of numbers, I'll pass 9. Okay, 9, 3. Like, okay, fine. So how the, so as Mahesh was asking me a question here, like, what is the execution flow, how it will happen. Okay, so I'll tell you. So when you run this code, execution will start from, Mahesh, execution will start from where? In this program? This program execution will start from?
Main.
Right. From main method, the execution will start. This is a starting point. From here, it will start. And the code will go inside this code, right? In this block. And right, correct. Everyone correct. So this particular method will be called first. The control will come from here to where? This is 7th line. Once this method is being called, the control will come from 7th line to which line?
14.
Yes.
14th line.
14th line. Because this method is being called, so control will come to addition of numbers line, that is 14th line. Correct. And 5 is passed to A, 4 is passed to B. 5 and 4. This code will get executed. Right? Int result is equal to 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4. Right? 5 plus 4 is how much? 9. That 9 will be printed in the output. After this, the execution will come to the 19th. Okay, 19th line, the control will come. After this particular method got executed, okay, after a complete code in this particular method got executed, execution will come to the control will come to the 19th line, which is the end of this program, end of this method. Sorry. After 19th line, where the control will go? Which line the control will go? 8th line.
8th line.
Okay. It will go to the 8th line. This is completed now. This one has called this part. After this is completed, whoever it is called, it will go back. And the next line it will try to run. Okay, simple. Now subtraction of the numbers. It is 8th line. Control will go to 21st line. When this method is being called, control will go to the 21st line. And here 8 will be passed to A, 3 will be passed to B. And the code inside the methods logic will be written inside generally the logic will be written inside methods. Okay. So 8 and 3. So 8 minus 3 is what? 5. So 5 should be printed in the output. After that, the control, the execution will be there at the 26th line. After 26th line, the control will go back to the 9th line. 9th line, right? After this statement, whatever the method calling statement is there it will go back. And the next line it will try to run. Multiplication of numbers 3, 6. Control will come to the 28th line. 3 and 6, right? So 3 will go to A, 6 will go to B, 3 6 are 18. 18 will be printed here. From here 33, control will come back to 10th line. Division of numbers will be called. Control will come back to 35th line. Division of numbers 9 and 3. 9 will go into A, 3 will go into B. 9 divided by 3. How many times 3 can divide 9? How many times 3 can divide 9?
3.
3 times. Result will be 3. 3 will be printed. Here will be the last point of this method execution. 40 from 40 line. It will go to the 11th line. There is nothing here. Main method also will end. Program will stop. Mahesh, is it clear for you the flow of the execution of the code now? This
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. Now let's run this. Right click run as Java application. You should get the same thing. Okay. First one is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. Then 8 minus 3 is 5. 3, 6 is 18. 9 will be divided by 3 times. 3 is the result. Okay. Like this. These are the multiple parameterized methods. Okay. Here more than one parameter. How many parameters max can I have in a method? Anyone can answer that? How many parameters? Is there any limit? Is there any limit for that? No limit. Okay. multiple parameters means it can be anything, no limit, guys. Okay, you can have any number of parameters. 0 parameter, 1 parameter, 2 parameter, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's up to you. Okay, how many you want? That many number of parameters you can add to a particular method. But remember that whenever you add that many number of parameters, same number of arguments need to be passed in terms of data from the method calling statement. Okay, to that parameterized method while calling it. Fine.
Arun,
Yeah.
but when we use parameters method, we have to use same data type.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Same data type. Okay. So you mean to say your question? I would like to reframe it. You mean to say that
Integer. Yeah.
if this
Yes.
is integer, it may not be integer. It can be a different data type also.
Oh, we can use different one also.
Different types also we can use. Okay. That will come. That will in the coming parts, right? I'll cover that also. Okay. That is also I'll cover. Okay. For now, just for example, right, to show you like multiple parameters, I take it. Okay. But you can have different number of parameters having different data types in a method declaration. Okay. Okay.
Also, we need to enter the same data type in the argument also, right?
Yes,
Means
if for
if it
example
is an
here,
integer,
instead of, if for example here int is there, I cannot pass 5.5 here.
yes.
Because this is
Okay.
this is not integer value, right? So it is a decimal value. So here data type should be changed to float in that case if I have to do so. Sorry, float, not double, sorry. Otherwise here I have to put f, right? So it's better go with the double. Okay. If I put double, error is gone. Okay. Clear for you? Based on the type of the parameter it is, the same data you need to pass from the method calling statement. Okay. That's the thing. So here the example focus is more on, the number of parameters and all. Okay. So, but in the coming parts, right, automatically we'll deal with a lot of stuff. Okay. So where, one data type, another data type, everything will come. Fine.
One doubt.
Yeah, sure. Please continue.
Is
Please
it possible to pass array as a param?
Yes, that is possible. You can also pass array also.
Okay.
Okay, objects also you can pass. Arrays will come into objects thing. Okay, since we are not into arrays, right? I'm not covering that. But we can also pass arrays. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So guys, we are not into arrays anyhow. Okay, so the one who is new to this batch, right? I just want to tell them that we are not into arrays yet. We are just in the basics only. Okay, just we started methods. Okay. So before that, only basic concepts were covered. So you guys have to go through all the basic concepts. That won't take much time. You can watch in 2x speed if required. Okay, and then complete them. So before you attend next tomorrow session, right? Better you guys watch all the videos of the Java. Okay, I'll give you the number if required. At the end of this today's session, just be there. Okay, we'll have a small discussion on what to do and all for you. Okay, is that fine, guys? The new members.
Okay.
Just be there till the end of the session. We'll have some discussion on what to do for you. Okay, we'll discuss a plan for you. Okay, fine. So demonstrate returning the values back to the calling methods. Okay, demonstrate returning the values back to the. Till now, these methods were intaking the data, right? For example, addition of numbers is intaking data or not? The arguments are being intaken. Arguments data is being intaken by this method or not? Input is there. For this method also, the data is being inputted. 8 and 3 are being passed to this particular method, right? Intaking. This particular method is intaking data from this method calling statement. Similarly, multiplication of numbers method is also intaking data from this method calling statement. Similarly, division of numbers is also intaking this 9 and 3 data from this method calling statement to this particular parameters. Parameters are eating this particular data, right? This data, the parameters are eating. Fine. Now, is there any way where not only this particular method will eat the data with the help of these parameters, but is there any where this particular methods can return the data, can give some output. You see, whatever it has taken something, but can it give it back? Method calling statement is sending data here. Can this particular method give back some data back to this method calling statement? Is that possible? Can this method give back some data back to this method calling statement, which is calling? This method calling method calling statement is passing some data to this particular method. Now, is there any possibility where this method can do something and the result it can return back to this method calling statement? It is possible. It is possible. But how? How is the question, right? It's possible, but how is the question? It's very simple, guys. 5 is coming to A, 4 is coming to B, and 5 plus 4, 9 is coming to result. Now I'm printing the result here itself. Instead of printing the result here itself, I can use a keyword known as return keyword. What is the keyword name? Everyone type in the chat box. Return is the keyword. Everyone type return in the chat box. I want everyone to type. Important. Whenever the important topic comes, I want everyone to type in the chat box. Return. Lowercase r, guys. Okay. You should not type capital R. Lower R you have to type. Okay. Return is a keyword. Yeah. RETURN in lowercase. Complete lowercase. Okay. Java is case sensitive. So whatever the things that are in uppercase should be written in uppercase. Whatever things that are in lowercase should be written in lowercase. Better to type as it is. Return what it want to return, the result it want to return. Okay, result. But when I write return result, I'm getting an error. What is the reason for the error? What may be the reason for the error? This method want to return the result of these two things, two parameters back to the method calling statement, but I'm getting an error. Why I'm getting an error? Because in the method declaration, I mentioned that this particular method is not going to return anything. Void means what? Void means this method is not going to return any data. Void means nothing. Nothing will be returned back. Okay? If there is something like void keyword in a method means the method is not going to return anything. But here I am trying to return the result. Is void suitable here? No. If the method is trying to return something, is the void suitable here? No. In place of void, the result is of which data type? Result is of which data type? Int data type. So if you're trying to return result in place of this void, you have to provide what? Int. Void will be no more. So now you guys understood, guys, what is void means? And I didn't cover void so far. This is the first time I'm covering void. Why void is there in the method declaration? If a method doesn't return anything, void keyword is must and should. We have to mention. There is no return type. That is void. Okay. But if a method returns something based on the type of the data type that particular method is returning as a return thing, that particular data type should be the return type. Here void is a return type that is mentioned in a method. When a method doesn't return anything, void is a return type. Void is a return type. But this particular addition of numbers would like to return the result of the sum of these two numbers. Okay. The result is in int data type format. So the return type also should be int. It should not be void. No more method is not returning anything. Method is trying to return something means that particular data type of that result, the return thing should be provided here as int. Now come back here. Here also, I would like to return this result. Which keyword I have to use for returning this result? Which keyword I have to use? Return keyword. Return followed by result. And here void should be replaced by what? Int again. Same. Now here, multiplication of numbers. I would like to return the result. Return result. The multiplication, after the multiplication, whatever the result has come, that I want to return back. What should be the return type? Int is the return type. Here also int. Whatever the data type that result has, that same data type. Okay. Here also, instead of printing it here, I would like to return result. And here data type should be int data type. Okay. Int data type. Fine. If I run this code, what will be the output, guys? What will be the output if I run this code now? What will be the output? Rajkumar is saying none. What about others? Everyone type your answer in the chat box. If I run this code, what will be the output? So Rajita is saying some result will come. Remaining people are saying none, 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 nothing, nothing. Okay. Any other answers? Guys, try to think and give the answer. Any other answer? Payal saying none. Okay. Most of the people stick to none. No print statements are there, so no result. Okay. Fine, Abhi. There's no print statement. Nothing, as we didn't assign the value of the results. None. Okay. Most of the people are saying none. That's correct only. Whatever you said is correct, guys. Okay. So let me show you what happens. Execution will start from the main method. This particular method will be called. Control will come here. 5 will go to A. 4 will go to B. 5 plus 4 will become 9. 9 will be assigned to the result. That result 9 will be returned back to the method calling statement. Is the method calling statement doing anything with that returned value? Is the method calling statement doing anything with the method is returning some result to this method calling statement, but is the method calling statement doing anything with that? Nothing is being done. So nothing will be printed. We are not printing. It's not utilizing the value that this particular method has returned back. So no problem. Nothing has been printed, guys. Hover the mouse on this. What is the return type being shown here? What is the return type? What it is getting in return? Int data type value. Because we are return type is int, right? That int is coming here. You see, there is some value that is coming to this method calling statement. In which format? In which data type format? Int data type. If I hover the mouse on this, here also int is there. If I hover the mouse on this, here also int is there. If I hover the mouse on this, here also the return type that this particular method after calling will.
Arun, here we
Yes.
are returning single value as a result, but we are passing two parameters. How it will be?
Only
It is a
one thing
single
it can
value,
return.
right?
Only single value can be written. Multiple values cannot be written. Okay.
Okay. You
If
said
you have
like
to, if you
returned
have to
value
return,
will be.
if you have to return
Okay.
multiple values, it should be in array format or something. Okay, and that will come later.
Okay, that is fine. If we are returning something that will be used by method again, you said,
Hmm.
right? How
Hmm.
it will be? It is a single value, and here we have two parameters.
You see, what I mean to say here is that the method can intake any number of data, but the result should be only one. It can only result only a single value. Okay, that's the first point. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
It cannot return multiple things back to the method calling statement. Only one thing. It can be either int or it can be double or something. It should be only one return type. Okay, there cannot be multiple return types. Like multiple parameters, method cannot have multiple return types. Only one return type will be there. Either void means nothing will be written. If apart from void, if int or something is there, means it is returning one data back. Okay, that is only possible in Java. Getting
Okay.
my
That
point?
returned value will be stored where?
Yeah, I'll tell you that. We are heading there only. Okay. So
Okay.
this returned value is being returned to the method calling statement, but method is not utilizing that, right? Method is not utilizing that. So how can a method utilize this particular value or result that is returned back to this method calling statement by the method is something I'm going to show you. So here type R1 or result1 otherwise. Result1 is equal to. Okay. So whatever the value this particular method has written back to this method calling statement, I'm storing in what? Into a variable. This variable should be of which data type now? Tell me. This variable should be of which data type now? Int data type. If you hover the mouse on this method also, which is what is the return data type? Type int. So here it should be of int because this particular method is returning int as a result. Okay, so int result1. Got it? Is it clear what I am doing? Okay. Similarly,
Arun, one more
yeah,
doubt, Arun.
yeah, please.
Yeah, we wrote like public static int instead of void, right?
Yes.
the arguments may be different, like int A, string B, just like.
Hmm.
But that int would be the that int would be the data type of result, right? Not the parameters.
Okay. Come again. Your question. You mean to say the parameters are of different?
Parameters data type may be different, right?
Yes, yes. For example, this A can be string type and int B can be there. Okay, for example.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that
But
case,
instead of void, we return as int, right?
yes, correct.
So that data type is
It's based on the
for
result. It's based on the
Yes.
result.
Yeah.
Based on the result. For example,
Okay.
here string is there and here int is there. If you add these two things, string A and int B, A plus B, if you do, that will here plus will act as a concatenation operator at that time. The result will not be int data type, right? Result will be in string data type in that case, right? String type. String is not a data type, but
Yeah.
string type. Okay. The result, if you're returning that result of this concatenation, the return type will not be int anymore. It will be string class, right?
Hmm.
So string will be
Okay.
returned. So here string result one we have to create like that. Whatever the result, based on the result, the data type will differ here. Return type will differ.
Yeah, it is based on the result, not the
It's based on the
parameters.
result. It's not. It's no connection between parameters here. So
Yes. Okay.
whatever the operation you do on the parameters, whatever the result you will get, ultimately that result data type, whatever it comes, that if you are returning, the return data type should be changed to that particular result data type, and that will be captured here by the method calling statement.
Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood now?
Thank
Got
you.
it? Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Arun,
Yes.
line 7 and 17, I'm confused. Arun, what?
Line
See,
7
17
and
here. 17.
Yeah, 17. Okay.
Uh,
Here, this is a return keyword. Okay. So for a
okay.
particular method, to return something back to the method calling statement, which keyword we have to use in Java? Return keyword. Okay, it's a way of Java. Okay. In Java, if a particular method has to return some data back to the method calling statement after doing some operation inside the method, which keyword Java has to use in the
Return.
method for returning? Return keyword. And what it has to return? It can either return result or it can return A, it can return B, doesn't matter. It can return something.
Okay.
Based on whatever the value that here result we are returning, you see it will be very logical if I return the sum of these two numbers, right? Rather than returning A and B, right? A or B. It's better to return the result, right? This method is for addition of numbers. It has to two numbers and then it has to return the result of the two numbers. That will be very good logically. So I'm just putting result here. Okay, whatever the result I'm getting after adding 5 plus 4, 9, that 9 is getting returned. But 9 is of which data type here? Int data type. So return type is void. That data, whatever you are returning, is going back to the method calling statement. But if method calling statement doesn't, utilize that, there is nothing will be printed out, right? Result cannot be printed anywhere. So here 9 is coming to this method calling statement, but am I doing anything earlier? No. Now I am storing 9 into this variable, and whatever the return type of this method is there, I have to declare that result with that return data type, return type. Got it? Is it
Why
clear
can't I
or
like line 7 int result is equal to why result 1?
you can give any name? There's no R1 also you can put. Because there are 4 items, right? I just mentioned R1. For this one,
No. I said
No,
written
no.
I got
line
your
7.
question. We are returning the result as part of the addition of numbers 5, 4. That is the result of addition of numbers, and we are storing that result in R1. This is separate. We are storing the returned value in R1. Result we are storing in R1.
Yes, you are correct. I don't know. Her question is like we are returned the result, right? But we are using in the result one. Why that is used? That is her
I'm
question.
asking int result is equal to itself. Why can't we use
Yeah,
that
that's
in
the
line
problem.
7?
Okay, I got it. If you say result, okay, why was here result also will work fine. That's not a problem. Okay. But the problem is this result, if it goes here, and now for the second one, let's assume the second one. Okay. Here 8 and 3 will come. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 will be returned. The data type again is int. And this method also will get the some result back. That is 8 minus 3. 5. 5 will come here. If I say again int result, there is an error coming.
Okay.
You cannot have duplicate variables. Same name, multiple variables cannot be there. This result, you see the scope of this particular variable is inside this method only, not outside. You're getting my point? For
So
example,
public static void, inside the void, whatever you declare, it's applicable to all the methods. So result we cannot use twice inside the void.
First thing is that you need to understand one thing here. The scope of this particular variable. Where I declared this result actually? In this particular addition of numbers, where I created this variable? Inside this method, right?
Yes.
So the result scope is up to here only. I mean, the variable, I cannot print it here. For example, I created result here, right? I cannot say system.out.print. For example, here R1, R2 I'll put for no to overcome the problem. So system.out.println result, if I say here, I'll get an error because this particular method doesn't know what result means. Why? Because this result variable is created inside this method. The scope of this variable is up to method only. Till here only, the result is valid. And when you are returning it, the data is being passed, not the variable. You are getting my point? When you are returning the result, the data is being passed, not the variable.
Okay.
Okay. So this result you cannot use here because it will not understand. Okay. So again, if you say result also, this is not the same result that you are thinking. This again, you are declaring the variable here again. The scope of this variable up to this method only. Okay. So this is a different variable actually. This result are different, not same. Wherever in the method you created that variable, right? The method is up to that. The variable is up to that particular method only. Okay. So I don't have to use the same name, right? Here I don't want to use same name because if I use int result, it will say duplicate variable you created. Okay. That's why I'm using R1, R2. Getting clarity or any confusions here? So that I'll explain again. Don't worry. Okay. There is some concept that is coming next where all your doubts will be cleared. Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
So one doubt is there. So without like I got it what you're saying all thing. My one question is that without storing that, can you print directly in the main?
Yeah, we can print directly also. I'll come that again. Okay. I'll just show you that how to do that directly. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Fine. Now let's go with the Any other doubt?
Sir, under in 11th line, if you write the print statement and if you give the R1, what should it give, sir?
Yeah, that we'll see. That also we'll see. Okay. Fine. Wait for that, guys. So now third one, multiplication of numbers. This multiplication of numbers will be called 3 will go to this A and 6 will go to B. 3 into 6 is 18. 18 will go into result that is created here. This variable is created in this method, right? Okay, 18, return 18. 18 will be passed back. 18 will come here. Where you are storing that 18? I have stored that 18 into something like R3 I'll give. Okay, some different variable name I'm creating. Int R3. Okay, int R3. Now, then division of numbers. 9 will be passed to this one, 3 will be passed to this one, 9 divided by 3, 3 will be the result. That 3 will be returned back to this division of numbers. What this division of numbers will do with that 3? It will store into R4. Okay, int R4. The return type is int. The return type of this particular method is int. So here this particular data type should be created with, this variable should be declared with int only. Now, if I run this code, anything will be printed? Anything will be printed, yes. There are no print statements still. You see, the data is being returned here. 9 is being returned to this method and we are storing in R1. Here, 5 is being written to this method and 5 is stored into the variable R2, another variable R2. Here 18 is being written by this method to this method calling statement. 18 is stored in R3. And here 3 is being written to this particular method and 3 is stored into the R4. But if but anything will be printed? No, until I write print statements like this. System.out.println R1. System.out.println R2. System.out.println R3. System.out.println R4. Like this I have to. Now, when I say R1, R2, R3, R4, R1 is nothing but what? 9. 9 will be printed. Whatever the value that this particular method has received, that's stored into this R1. So when I print R1, what will be printed? 9 will be printed. 5 plus 4, 9. And here, 8 minus 3, 5 got stored. So 5 will be printed here. 3 into 6, 18. 18 will be printed here when I print R3. 9 divided by 3, result was, this method has written back 3. So 3 will be printed here. Run this code. This time we'll get the output. 9, 5, 18, 3. Clear, guys? Now it's clear for you what's happening? And we got one more question. Instead of printing like this, if I put a comment here to this part, I don't want to print like this. I commented out the code. So what they are saying is, I don't have to create a variable here. I don't have to create a variable here. Okay, I don't have to create a variable. Is it possible to directly print? Is it possible to directly print these methods directly? Yes, that is also possible. That is also possible, guys. Okay, how? Simple. System.out.println. Inside this, I'll just provide this method. Whatever the value that is received to this particular method, right, that will be printed. Okay. Now, if I say system.out.println, subtraction of numbers. If I put this method directly in this print statement, whatever the value that subtraction of numbers has received back from this method as a return type, that particular value will be printed. Okay. System.out.println, this multiplication of numbers. Okay. Then finally system.out.println, division of numbers. Like this also we can do, no problem. Okay. So it's better to store into variables and print. That's the best way. But if you want to save some space and all, there may be some situations where, again, you don't want to store them into variables and then print. Okay. Directly also you can print like this. So what happens? Addition of numbers 5, 4. 5 will go to A, 4 will go to B. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 will go into the result. Result 9 will be returned back to this method calling statement. So what is there here? 9. This method calling statement will receive what value? 9. That 9 will be printed by the println statement. Similarly, 9, 5, 18, 3. Is this clear? Guys, is this clear? Okay. Yeah. So you guys were asking me one question, right? Regarding the variables, you are getting confused. Someone was asking me a question, right? Yeah. I'll give you the code. Don't worry. I'll give you the code. So this code I'll give you. So I'll just put a comment here. First of all, I'll put a comment for this. I'll give you the code. Anyhow, at the end of the day, every day I'm giving the code, right? The GitHub link I'm giving, right? So you can take it. Or here. One
Sir,
minute.
hello.
Yes.
So in return now, there is one more way they write, right? Sometimes they will write a new return, and then they will after that they will be storing it in integer, and then flower bracket they will put some value there also. So that type also one thing is there, right, sir?
New is a keyword for creating object actually.
So when it is done, sir, like that way in return itself, I have seen the code. They will write new return.
When they want to return an object. When they want to return an object instead of value, right? If they want to return an object.
Oh,
They will
okay,
do
sir.
that.
Okay.
So we can discuss that after completing the object concept. Okay, we are not there yet. Fine.
Oh, okay, sir.
So two versions of the code I'm giving, guys. Okay, just be there. Okay. So just uncomment this and try it out. Uncomment this and try it out. Whatever, both the things will work for you. Okay. I'm just creating this example for you. Just commenting so that you can uncomment this part and get the same value, and you can uncomment this part and get the same value. Okay. So you guys were asking me a question here, regarding the scope of the variables that will be covered here. Okay. Once I cover the scope of the variables, we will get more clarity. There was small confusion, right? Why this result was not used here as it is. Okay. That question will be cleared for you. Okay. Just wait for that. So one by one, things will be clear for you. So if you remember in the previous session, transfer statements, few transfer statement I didn't cover. Remember that, guys, everyone? Yesterday's session. In transfer statements, I didn't cover something. I told you in the coming sessions, at the time of methods, I'll cover, I told you. One of the transfer statement is already covered today. What is that? Can anyone say what is the transfer statement that I covered today? Yes, return is the transfer statement. Okay. Yesterday I covered, there were different transfer statements I told you. One is break, other one is continue, then other one is, return, then try, catch, finally. These were the different transfer statements we had. In the transfer statements, break and continue I covered yesterday only. The remaining transfer statements that I have to cover in the coming sessions yesterday was return, try, catch, finally. In that return I covered today only, right? This method return keyword I covered, right? And also, as part of the previous sessions, if you remember, I told you one by one keyword will be covered to you. I covered only the class keyword for creating the class earlier. Class keyword, class name I covered. But I didn't cover public, I didn't cover static, I didn't cover void till now. Right? In this session, I covered one other keyword. What is the keyword I covered? Void keyword. Now do you understand what is void? Is it clear, guys? Void keyword. What is the purpose? Why the void keyword is there with the methods you covered, right? Like that, when the time comes, one by one concept will become clear for you, and the complete program will be understandable by you. Okay, fine. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts in this methods related stuff so far? Any doubts?
So if they ask about transfer statements, we have to explain all: try, catch, final, break.
Yeah, try, catch, finally. All those things will be covered in a concept known as exception handling. There is exception handling topic coming up. In that, the remaining transfer statements will be covered.
Okay.
For methods, only one transfer statement, there is return is covered now. Okay.
Okay.
And while explaining the first or second session, I guess, there was something known as void keyword will be explained later. I told that is also covered today. Okay. Two keywords covered. Void from the
So
understanding.
break continue is relevant to method. Sorry, I missed that class, Arun. Break and
So break and continue are something where, you can use break inside the iterative statements, like for loop, while loop, do while loop.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever you use break, right, inside that, whenever the break statement inside that particular loop gets executed, it will take you out of the loop no matter what. Even though more iterations are left out also, break statement will take you out of the loop. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So better you revise the previous recordings, okay, once for that, okay. So even switch case also we use a break statement. So try to, that in the switch case also we have used the break statements to come out of the switch case, okay. That I covered in the previous sessions, okay. Now let's go with the variables, okay. Now let's go with the variables. Variables is already covered for you, right, as part of the beginning. But here a different way of way I want to cover the variables, okay. This is an extension of that particular initial topic. Variables we use for storing the data, right? Basically, what is the purpose of the variables? To store the data. Where we write the logic? Inside the methods. Both these variables and methods will be there inside class. So if you can see here, this is a class. Inside the class, we have methods. But did I create variables directly inside the class so far? Did I create the variables directly inside the class so far? Did I do that? No. Right? I didn't do that. So a class will enclose both variables and methods and other stuff also. Class is something in Java Okay, class is something in Java which will enclose everything, which will contain everything, variables, methods, and etc. things. Okay. So now I'll save this. I'll give you this code, guys. Don't worry. So here I'll just create a new package. Don't worry about this packages. I didn't cover the packages concept. Okay. I'm just using these packages for now for categorizing purpose, but I didn't cover the packages concept yet for you. Don't worry about that. So in that variables package, I'm going to create a class. I'll name as variables demo, I'll say. And here I can auto generate the main method, or I can click on finish without auto generating. And you see, a class will contain everything. Okay. Inside this, I'll type main and control space like this. Okay. Or I don't want to create the main method now. Let's keep it like this. Okay. The class is there. Main method is not there here for now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to inside this class, I can create what? Inside the class, I can create what? What are the two things that I can create inside the class? Type in the chat box. What are the two things that I can create inside the class? Variables and methods. Variables and methods are the two things that I can create inside the class. Let me create a variable now. Int A. This is a variable I created. Int A. That's it. And I'm going to create a method. Public void sample. Sample1. This is the method I'm creating. So there is a variable, there is a method. There is a variable I created, there is a method I created. Now, system.out.println A. Any error coming? Am I getting any error? No. I'm able to, right? No error is coming. That means, what is the scope of this particular variable that I created inside the class? From starting of the class to the ending of the class, right or wrong? The scope. I can access it inside the method, right? The scope of this particular variable that I have created inside the class directly is starting from the class to the ending of the class. Complete this blue color area, you can access this variable. If I create one more method, public void sample2, can I use this variable? Can I print this variable? Can I access this variable? Can I access the variable, guys? I can access the variable, right? I can access here, I can access here, right? Fine. Now, what if in the sample1, I create another variable known as B. This particular variable is created where? Inside the class or inside this method? This variable B is created inside the class or inside the method? Inside the method, right? Inside the method. Now, can I access inside the same method? Can I access the variable inside the same method? System.out.println B. Can I access? I'm able to access or not? I can access, but there is no value. It is saying I'm assigning some value. I'll assign, 4 here. Now the problem here also I'll assign some value 5. So I can access B because it's created inside same method. What is the scope of this particular variable I created inside this particular method? Starting from the method to the ending of the method only, not outside the method. Not outside the method, within the method only. But if I try to access this variable B in this another method, system.out.println B, is it possible? I'm getting an error. B cannot be resolved to a variable. Now can you understand? What's the problem here? You see, A is globally created. It's a global variable. It's not a local variable. A is a global variable that is directly created. A variable that is directly created under a class is called as what? Which variable, guys? Tell me. Type in the chat box. Variable which is directly created under the class and outside the method is called as a global variable. It's a global variable. The variable that you have created inside a method within the method is called as a local variable. Understand this. This local variable scope is up to here only. you cannot access outside this particular method. But global variable I can access everywhere. In this method I can access, in this method I can access. If I create one more method inside same class, I can access this. Able to get the clarity, guys? Okay. Variable is a name provided to a reserved memory location that we already know from the previous. There are two types of variables: local variables, global variables. What are local variables? A variable which is declared inside the method is called as a local variable. The scope of that particular variable is up to that method ending only. Till the method ending you can use, but in other methods I cannot use. But if I create a global variable, a variable which is declared directly under the class but outside the methods is called as a global variable, and I can access a global variable throughout the class. How many number of methods I create, in all the methods I can access this global variable. But local variable only in that particular method where I created that local variable, in that method only I can access. Outside the method I cannot access. So earlier when I was demonstrating the main method, someone was asking me a question like result, why you are not using the result? Because the result was a local variable, right? Result was a local variable, right? If you remember this method thing, now you can understand. Here, parameterized methods, if I go, here, int result is a local variable or global variable? In this addition of numbers, int result is a local variable or global variable? The scope of this is up to here only. Whereas this int result is also up to this method only. This int result is also up to this method. All are different here. This result variable belongs to this method only. 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 Okay, so I cannot access outside the methods. But if we would have created the result at this top level, then it would have been accessible that particular variable everywhere. Hope you are able to get the clarity, right? Why I have not used the result there. Okay, clear now? Everyone clear with this concept? Okay, this is all about local variables and global variables. Okay, local variables and global variables. Fine. So guys, any doubts from today's session regarding methods or variables?
Aaron, one doubt is like we can declare the result as a global variable and we can use the same inside that methods, right?
Okay. Here you are saying, so I can say int result you are saying, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Int result you want to say like this, and now you want to use it everywhere, right? You can remove the declaration here.
Yes.
And there is a problem coming. I'll tell you what is the problem. So the problem is with the static keyword that I have to cover later. Okay, here I have to put static. Otherwise, it won't work. If you put static here, it will work. Okay, so I don't have to declare the result again. Everywhere I can use the same thing. It's a global now. Okay, don't worry about static thing. Okay,
Yeah.
don't. Apart from static,
Okay.
you understood everything, na? You see, I have used it, right? Did you get it?
Yes. Yeah. Understood. Yeah.
Understood. I made it global. Okay, the moment I make it global, in every method I can use the same thing. Okay. I don't have to create a separate result variable in this method, this method, this method, this method. I don't have to. I made it global. But here only extra thing is static because these methods are static methods. Okay, all these methods I created. In the previous example variables demo, I didn't create a static method. It's a normal method. So static was not, it's not asking for static keyword here. So static keyword I'll cover later. Okay, this is not the right time. For now, I'll just use the same format. Okay. Any other doubts or questions? Guys, any other doubts or questions from today's session? So people who are new to this batch, just stay in this, okay? Just stay. Let's see if anyone have any questions you guys can ask me for some time. And people who are new to the batch, just stay there, okay? We'll discuss something. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it will happen. Slowly, you have to go to the next level PN. There is no other way. Okay, you guys have to practice. I covered less only, but you will feel more. Okay. Because yesterday only we started methods. Okay. And a lot of time was taken for clearing your doubts today. That's fine. We are going slow only. Still, we are going very slow. Okay. The only thing is that you try to revise the recordings of today. Okay. Just go through that 1 or 2 times and try to understand. Okay. So method something new only, right? So it will happen for sure. Okay. So one by one concept, if you individual understand, it will be clear for you. Okay. So what I covered today is like yesterday I covered all these methods, right? Calling method can call other methods. Any number of times methods can call. Today I covered single parameterized methods and multiple parameterized methods. Okay. And how to call that, how to pass the data to the parameterized methods. And then another thing I covered today is like how methods can return the data back. Okay, return type. I covered return type, and void keyword is covered automatically, and return keyword is also covered automatically. Then variables only, very simple numbers only, right? I didn't cover much basically. Okay, if you see at a high level, I did cover much, but doubts were more. Okay, in variables, I told you local and global variables. Those two concepts. Variables created inside methods are local variables. Variables which are created outside the methods directly under the class are called as global variables. Global variables can be accessed. Scope of the global variables is throughout the class. Scope of the local variable is up to the method only. Simple. That's it. Nothing much. But doubts, lot of doubts were there. So you felt like more information has been shared. That's fine. Okay. If you don't have any doubts, you can leave the class, guys. Leave the class. I will post the assignment in the Telegram group. I'll post the assignment in the Telegram group. Instance variable means instance itself says that objects, right? Object concepts we have not started, so I'm not going. We have not covered it yet. Okay. But once object concepts are covered, instance variables will come. Okay. Object-oriented concepts not started, Pawan. Is that clear, Pawan? Okay. Well, step by step we are going. We are not in a hurry. Okay. Fine. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? You can either post in the chat box or you can ask me directly. People who are okay. Pawan is asking me another question. Yes, yes. You can categorize variables in different ways. Again, we will get static variables, instance variables, local variables, global variables. 4 types also you can say. Okay. Variables, not only 3 types, Pawan, 4 types. Local variables, global variables. In global variables, we have other 2 types like static and instance. Okay. The static and instance related stuff I'll cover later. Is that clear, Pawan? Okay, so let's not worry about static and instance variables now. That will cover later. Okay, slowly they will be added in the upcoming topics. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions you guys have? Okay. So only the newcomers stay in the meeting. Remaining all, please leave the meeting, guys. Okay, I want to talk to the newcomers once. Everyone leave the meeting except the newcomers of today's batch. Yeah, welcome up, AB. See you tomorrow. Okay, the newcomers, let's discuss. Just type hi, guys. Hi, so that again I will recognize you. So just type hi, newcomers. Just type hi in the chat box. Only the newcomers. So the newcomers are Rajkumar, Aparna, Rajesh, Mahesh, Ashwak. Yes, 5 people, right? Fine. So now this is the right time for us to discuss like any problems you are facing in today's class, any, just want to know in understanding or something. I
No
just want to know
problems.
from you. Yeah, who is speaking?
This is Rajkumar.
Yeah, Rajkumar. Are the concepts clear for you, Rajkumar, today?
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
Okay. Fine. Aparna. Okay. What about you,
Yeah, clear, sir.
Ashwak? Ashwak?
Yeah, it's
Ah,
clear
yeah,
for
that
me.
is.
Okay. So Rajkumar, Aparna are clear. Rajesh, Mahesh, Ashwak. What about you?
Yeah,
For the concepts?
from my side, it's okay. Yeah,
Okay, fine.
it's clearly understood. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone
The
unable to
clear from
understand the
my side.
concepts in the newcomers? So we just to give you a summary, like what's happening from few days is like, we started Java here. I told you, right? Already I will take you through. So I'll take you to the Telegram group once, okay, so that you'll guys understand what's going on, okay. So yeah, there's a Telegram group. So every day I post something here, okay. So notes and all those stuff. Yesterday itself I posted the notes. So were you able to access these things? Were you able to see all this stuff?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, right. You can see that. Okay, yesterday session you can see clearly here. Day 17. Okay, yesterday was day
Yeah.
17, but don't worry about the number because the initial sessions were all about basics, like some software testing basics and those stuff. So there were some people who are very new to the things and all. So assignments also I give generally. So print numbers 10 to 1 using while loop. Yesterday I was explaining about flow control statements. In that iterative statements I covered. So I asked people to just gave this assignment. Okay, so I explained 1 to 10 how to print. Now 10 to 1 how to print. I was giving an assignment. Okay, so whatever the code, I demonstrate every day, right? I'll share you in the GitHub link. You just need to open the GitHub link. You will find it out. Okay. Today also I'll show you. I'll share the GitHub code and then I'll share with you. Okay. Whatever the code I have explained for right. Yes.
One thing is like, how can we take that copy of something
You
from
can
that
copy.
GitHub?
I'll show you today. I'll show you today how to copy that. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. And notes also. Yesterday notes are same as today's notes. Okay. You can take from yesterday. Okay. These are notes. Same notes. Okay. I already shared the notes also. These notes you can take from here. Okay. Today's notes is same as the yesterday's notes. And just keep going back. So what I covered, you will come to know. Okay. So here from Telegram, you will under recordings also will be shared. Recorded videos. Day 15. You see what I covered on that day. You'll understand operators. Operators is the concept here I covered. So if I go back still, okay. So here print statements. I covered understanding Java programs, variables, data types, literals, operators. You can see that what topics are going on. For every topic, there is a recording shared here, day 13. Just go back. So what I want you guys to do is, day 11. Here I run first Java program into machine. Okay. 12th recording. So 1 minute. Let's go back still and see what is there. Getting started with Java in Windows machine. Okay. So let's see that any other locators I covered, but we'll see that. Okay, if required. For now, you don't have to worry about this. Okay, so we'll be using an add-on or extension, so you don't have to worry. So So this is a locator. So from which session you have to see, I'm just trying to convey. Not this one. Just give me a second. Yeah, here guys, starting from here. Okay. So you start from December 28, date December 28 guys, you have to start. Where you have to start with, just go through that guys, okay? Day 11 recording. From day 11 recording, you have to start. Just revise that. Just watch in 2x speed or something and you will understand day 11 recording. Then day 12 recording, you just go through the day 12 recording. Then day 13 recording. Then day 14 recording. Then day 15 recording. Then day 16 recording. Then day 17th recording. Okay, from where guys? 11 to from 11 onwards, right? I told you 11 or 12 onwards, I guess. 1 minute, I got confused. Getting started with Java in Mac machine. This is 11 to whatever 17. You guys were not there till 11 to 17. You have to cover guys. That will be enough. Okay. Yes, 11 to 7 guys. 11 to 17. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you Rajesh. Don't worry. I'll get your details from Javid and I'll give you the access. No need to worry. Okay. But go through that guys. It is not that much difficult. Just go through 11 to 17. Okay. And today's details also I'll give you. Okay. Refer yesterday's shared notes for today's session. This is one thing I'm pasting. Just focus on whatever I'm trying to show you now here. Okay. So first one, notes. Generally I share notes every day. So after notes, I have to share the code, right? How I share the code, this is how I share the code. Today I covered methods, right? A methods demo and parameterized methods demo and variables also. These 3 files. Methods demo, parameterized methods demo, and variables. These 3 are the files, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'll close this, save this, and I'll just, okay, what happened? So this one intentional, it will not work. So I'll just put a comment here, otherwise error will come. Okay, so you cannot access local variables outside the method, right? Up to here only you can access. If you try to uncomment this, you will get an error. Fine, that I covered here. I'll save this. And once that is done, I'll just go to the project location. This you don't have to do. I just do for sharing the code every day. I will go to the location in my project where the project is available. I'll copy this entire code. And I'm maintaining a local repository here separately. Don't worry about all this stuff. I just do it for sharing the code. That's it. Okay. I'll paste it, update the code here. Then I'll just push it to the GitHub repository. Okay. Every day I do this to share you the code. This is the best way to share the code for you. Okay. Git state. Don't worry about these comments. No one knows till now in the batch. Okay. Just commit Panyam. What I covered, methods, variables, and any other stuff I covered today. Parameterized methods.
Parameters.
Parameterized methods. Enter. Done. Git push origin main. When I do this, this code will be uploaded to the GitHub repo. Now it's done. Close this, close this. Now I'll just go to my GitHub account. All these things I'll cover at the end, guys. Okay, GitHub and all those topics will be covered later. But just to share the code, I'm doing all this stuff. Okay. So here, batch 1 project. In this batch 1 project, what are the files I covered? I'll go there, src. And today I covered, first of all, the methods. In the methods, these are the 2 files, right? I'll go to the methods demo. Okay. I'll come back here and in that, I'll share the code. Today's code for methods. Like this, I'll share. Okay. And when you click on this link in your machine, when you click on the link in your machine, you'll get this code. You see? Are you able to get the code? Guys, are you able to see the code here?
Yes, yes.
And you can copy from here. You can copy from here. Copy raw file, or you can download this file if you want. Entire project also you can download if you want. Okay. Entire project also you can download. Just go here, back to the project, and all the things you can download. Okay. Download zip. You'll get all the things. Extract it. You will get the complete project. But day to day, I'll share you the whatever I covered on that particular day. Parameterized methods I covered. So I'll go into this Java file. This is a code. You can see that the code is there. I'll just copy this URL and today's code for parameterized methods. Okay, like this I'll share. The second. And one more thing is also there. That is variables, right? Variables demo. I'll come back here to the SRC. Variables I'll go and variables demo. This is the code, right? Copy this and come back here. Today's code for variables. Done. Okay, like this, I'll share the code. You can get it from there. And after that, I'll give an assignment every day. Today's assignment, I'll decide. Assignment for today. I'll just give some random assignments. Okay. Create a methods for methods related something I have to give guys. Okay, I have to create that. Create multiple methods, multiple parameterized methods which can intake and return data of use different data types. Okay, for parameters and return types. Okay, return types, and get all this return data printed. Okay, so this is one thing I want to do. I think this is one assignment one for today. Assignment 2. Assignment 2 for today. That is create local and global variables and create local and global variables with same name. Okay, with same name guys. Okay, with same name, a local variable should be created. With the same name, a global variable should be created, and print them inside the methods and see what happens. See what happens. Got it guys? Assignments clear for you? Okay, if you try these assignments right, the concepts will be clear for you. You'll get more confidence. Okay. Okay, these are the assignments. If you are unable to do any assignments, you can ask me tomorrow. I'll help you out. Okay, but try your level best. And recording, I'll share you. Okay, in some time the recording will be shared. So recording for today's session will be uploaded soon. Will be provided soon here. Okay, that's it. Just keep checking this Telegram group. You will get the update. Okay, fine. Any doubts? Any questions before I wrap up today's session? Guys, any other questions or doubts?
No.
Okay, guys, that's all for today then. That's all for today. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time and we'll continue with the topics. Okay. Bye everyone. See you then.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome guys. See you tomorrow. Bye guys.